Hello there, and welcome back to my next episode on the Welsknight Patreon server. I am Mar, and I am standing once again near the wall design that we have created recently. I got a comment on my most recent episode with some suggestions on ways to improve the wall. You can go read the comment on the previous episode if you'd like. The basic summarization was that we need a bit of color, which is true because it's very grayscale currently. I mean, obviously you can see it's not anymore. We'll get into that in a minute. It's very grayscale. Really, the fire was the only thing giving it any color whatsoever. There was a couple of different ideas of ways to improve that, and also that there would be horizontal lines that kind of just continue and continue and continue without anything to really interrupt them and catch your attention or anything like that. And that's mostly due to the stairs, where you can see we've got like right at the upper edge of the screen here, where I'm positioning my screen up there. Well, actually, you know what, we're just gonna switch around. This is easier. We've got that horizontal line. We've got like these horizontal lines, that there. So lots of horizontal lines going on, not a whole lot of vertical lines or anything like that. And then another comment about the gate, which we'll get into, you know, shortly. I've tried a couple different designs. I've got some I'm more partial to than others. I don't think I'm really wild about stripped wood. I don't really like, I know we're trying to fix the horizontal line problem, but I've never really liked stripped wood in mass quantity next to itself like this, because you get that line there and I'm not very wild about it. Like the pattern itself also has a verticalness to it. I just don't like that line. So that's the only change that is present on this example. And just as a reminder, over here, this is what it originally looks like. Very cobbly, very stony. You just gotta hop around the fire to give it a little bit of variation. So let's pop up here. Maybe. There we go. Whoop. Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna fall out of the sky, but instead my sound just went poof. It's a very huge mess right here, so let's just try to ignore most of that. So for the gate, the other comment had been that it had like a bit of a proportion issue, which I'm not sure it necessarily has a proportion problem. This isn't meant to be a very large gate. It's mostly just to be an entrance from one section of the city, or whatever you want to call it, to another. So this is more the agricultural section, and maybe there'd be a gate over there going to like the residential, and over there, I don't, you know, whatever we come up with. And of course, the market district is kind of the central location around which all the others are going to sprawl, I guess, at varying heights as well. So I don't think it's too small or too big. It just needs some detailing, I think, is the most important thing with the gate. Because even the original wall had detailing. It just, you know, lacked color and variation and whatnot. Whereas this gate had virtually no detail at all. I don't know about the chiseled. The comment kind of said that the chiseled was possibly a problem here. I could see what they mean, but I was trying to stay consistent, I guess, and I'll show you over here. Bloop. Let's get out of swim mode, or flight mode. We've got the chiseled kind of creating a separation when the wall goes from a flat to a diagonal pattern here. I'm using the chisel to kind of create a corner piece. And I was also trying to use that like at the gate to again create that distinction. This is the section that really suffers because you got 6 segments all in a row, nothing, absolutely nothing separating it. If I'd have thought this through a little better, I might have put like a chiseled column here and another over to, and another chiseled column here. That probably would have been much better. Because as we discussed, that tower is a little further away from that corner than this one is, and if I'd have shifted this over by 2 blocks so that I can include those pillars, this tower would have been, like, the house would have been more centered between the two towers. But there, I really don't want to have to redo that. So let me know. Do you think I should not have to, just choose to tear down that tower, tear down that tower, tear down the wall there, tear down the wall there, tear down 4 segments of wall there, just add 2 columns of chiseled stone? Let me know what you think. I'll do it if you think if it's going to be worthwhile. Just we'll have to remember, if we do it over there, we're going to have to also do that anywhere else where we have that much wall segments, that many wall segments uninterrupted. I do think it makes a good divider. I'm not even, like I said when I even started it, I wasn't even planning on keeping chiseled. It looked okay to me, so I left it there. We could maybe think about a different block type, although I do think stone would be the optimal choice. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know. I don't want to really get too deep into building more walls until I know where they're gonna go. So let's head back over here and look at some more wall segments here. I just want to make sure we haven't, did we miss anything on this side? Oh yeah, so we've got normal fences there, normal fences there. That's one idea for the wall, kind of like the safety railing or whatever you want to call it, because, you know, it's not like we've never used that. Actually, we've never really used that. And then right here, I kind of wanted this to have more of an arc, but I couldn't figure out a way to make it look good with the stairs and everything, so I left it pretty flat. I like if you put it. This is my personal gripe about fences and cobble walls. They don't connect. But for whatever reason, cobble walls, yeah, they'll connect with the fence gates just fine. So this is an idea. We could use cobble walls and the fence gates, and you get a little bit of an arc right there in the middle, because when you put a fence gate next to a fence gate next to a fence gate, and the 2 on the ends are connected to cobble walls, these 2 get pulled, like, kind of sucked down a little bit, but the middle one doesn't. Which I think creates a nice effect, helps give it a slightly rounded effect. And we can come up here, and this is just what the edge would look like. This is an alternative that I'm considerably less. This is my best attempt at giving it a curve, and I don't really like it. And then this railing design I also used over here. So we got a cobble and a cobble, cobble. Only 2 fence gates next to each other. It just coincidentally worked out pretty perfectly for the spacing. So we could use a combination of the 2. We could. It's not the end of the world if we have them, if they connect like that, and I think it looks just as good if they connect like this. Which kind of leads me to the next point, that I've kind of taken the cobble walls that we have along here, the ones that, like, right here is going to be a tower, and right here's the gate. So when the cobble walls are right next to a major feature like that, I thought it'd be kind of cool if they also came out by a block and then had fences running down the side. I think that'll help give the wall itself a bit more flair, I guess, as well as some decent structural support. And then I think that just leaves the wall segments itself. We've got a couple more background designs. This is dark oak planks. This is brown concrete powder. I didn't really like the concrete itself. It seemed too bland, I guess. And brown is really the only color that I particularly liked. Like, I thought about doing like red or blue, but we really haven't done that anywhere else. So I thought it'd be really out of character for the build. We've been keeping with very medieval colors. Blue and red and, you know, all those things would make more sense for like a modern or an industrial maybe, but not necessarily so much for medieval. So that we're kind of stuck with the browns and the grayscale. But I did carry in the brown. So we've got the concrete powder, we've got the planks, we had the stripped logs down below. Over here we have the actual logs themselves. which I suppose could go horizontal, but then we were trying to get away from horizontal lines, so I kept them vertical. I think of the 4 possibilities, the 3 here and the 1 down below, I really, it's one of these 2, I think. I'm not too wild about the logs, and it'd be really costly using logs like that. I really like one of these 2, and I'm really not sure which one, to be honest. So let me know if you have a preference between the concrete powder or the planks, or if you really love the logs, we can rediscuss if we need to. I don't really like it at all. And then for this section up here to hide the glowstone, the main reason I was using cobble walls is because I don't want the glowstone visible, which means I also don't think that these fences are going to work because you can see right through them. I did think as a possible alternative, maybe trapdoors, and I have them over here on the front part, so it's flush with the side, which I don't really like at all. And these ones I have them flipped around so that they're on the inner side of the block, and in which case we can turn these into stairs. And I do kind of like that. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the possible variations of the design. I do kind of have my favorites already in mind, but let me know if you have any thoughts. If it was my choice, just so you know what my choice. Oh, and I also tried these, but they looked like the wall was wearing suspenders, so I'm definitely not going to go with that. It looks silly. But yeah, so if you want to know what my pick would be, and it looks like it's getting night, so we're probably about to be mobbed by phantoms because I haven't slept in forever. My choice would be either this or that, and I'm kind of leaning towards this, kind of. I would go with this design up top with the trapdoors on the inner side with the stairs. I would use that wall design, these columns, and the bridge up here, which is basically the same wall design. Oh yeah, and then inside here, I tried smooth stone and I tried wood. I think I like the smooth stone better. I try to keep away from wood and stone being completely flush with each other like this, like there's no separation. But I think we could get away with that over here. So I usually don't think of smooth stone as an actual building material. I usually consider it to be kind of, which is weird because I will use cobblestone. But yeah, I think if I was going to go with anything in here, it would probably be the smooth stone. But let me know if you have any additional thoughts on that. So, now that we've gotten all of these options out of the way, and considering I'm going to hold off on doing anything over there until we know whether or not we're going to take the hat, you know, do the shift the wall by 2 blocks idea so that we can fit in those 2 pillars. So I'm going to leave that off. I'm going to leave this until we come back next episode with a, I guess, conclusion. If you guys don't say anything, I'll probably just go with my favorites. But if you do, or if you have any other ideas, do feel free to let me know, and I can try those out as well. I might try them out like off camera and then just come back with my conclusion, just because I don't want to spend episode upon episode upon episode testing out a bajillion different wall designs. Oh, one last thing. Nobody left a comment, at least not yet. I've only gotten the one so far. Nobody said anything about whether we would want to just fill every square inch of this wall with these segments, or if we would want to center them between the gate and the tower, for example. I'm definitely in favor of this. This just looks weird. It looks weird. And that looks particularly weird. I don't know. I like this much better. So, I think we'll leave it right there. In the meantime, we can continue. Oh no. I heard you. Haha. Haha. Go burn up. Are you gonna die? I should really sleep at some point. I try to avoid sleeping in case people want it to be night, but I am just getting phantom spawns up the wazoo, so I may not have a choice here pretty soon. I'm just been fending for my life. But anyway, while we deliberate about the wall design, and while we deliberate about what to do over there, I can totally work on this segment here, because this is done. I won't be able to do very much with the wall itself, but I can build up these towers, because honestly, I haven't come up with a tower design at all. I've been thinking about possibly using the same basic tower design I used over here. I think the dimensions are the same. Let's double check this. Are those 5 along the flat edge? Try and do squint at that. It looks like it's 5 along the flat edge, a column, and then 5 along the flat edge. Okay, where are you now? Oh, jeez. Ow! Where'd you come from? I was getting my shot all lined up. I have to wonder how many of my animals I've accidentally killed by missing these guys. Are we dead? All done? Okay. So those towers, it looks like they are slightly larger than this, but that wouldn't really make a significant problem with the design. I could still use pretty much the same features. For that matter, I'm planning on using pretty much the same thing I have over here with like the overflowing plant idea, as well as more of these to give added light and interest and whatnot. Maybe even some flowing water. You know, I haven't thought about that at all. I'll have to think about that a little bit more too. Hi, Slime. What are you doing down there? Chilling? Okay. But yeah, I could make a tower that looks pretty much like this, just comes straight up, uses these like structural support bits in the corners, which I already have over there, and then like kind of like crenellation type things, as opposed to a tower that has like a wizard's hat on it, basically. I'm not terribly against the idea of doing the wizard hat type tower. If you want to know what I mean by that, I would check out one of my earlier episodes in which I'm working in the community farms, because the villager. Ooh, hello. The villager trading area has those kind of towers, with like a wooden roof that comes to a point up at the top. I'm just not hitting you, am I? So I could do with the flat top with the crenellations, or I could do the wizard's hat type tower. I'm not sure. I might play around with it. But I think I will go ahead and oh, seriously? Are we done? Really? I'm going to go play around with that, and hopefully it'll be daytime real soon. And welcome back, everyone. I have finished putting together just one of the towers here. As you can see, we still have a hole there because that's where the next walkway is going to come out at. It's exactly the same style design we used on the back of the actual base. Sorry about the rain. It's daytime, so I can't sleep through it, so we're just gonna have to tough it. We have the same style spiral staircase with a chiseled wall, or blocks here, and we can come up to the next level. We've got iron bars for windows, which made me remember one thing we haven't done on the actual base itself that I'm planning to is adding vines, which will give it more greenish color, and it'll spread on its own. So eventually this whole thing is going to be just vine covered, and we're gonna do the same thing here as well. So that's another source of color that these walls will eventually have. Nothing too much to see here. We could just go out onto the walkway. I really wish I could get rid of the rain. I don't know what it is about the rain, but it always seems so laggy. So up here we've got our crenellation bits. I mean, hypothetically, I could do a wizard's tower top on it. It just didn't seem to fit with the base, so I just went with what we had before. And it'll probably stay that way. I guess you could mix and match. I don't know what it would look like, but if some of them were like this and then some of them had the wizard's hat, that might be a possibility. But I do think that trying to stick with the same theme would probably be a pretty good idea, just so that there's consistency throughout the base. I have not started, like I said, I have not started bringing this out yet. What I actually need to do next, probably I should have done this before I brought you back, but we have to add the light fixtures and the greenery bits there. I had been about to go do that when I realized I put these pillars, these sections in particular, I had put them slightly out of place, so I had to go back and fix that, which I just finished doing. So let's see, I only have one stair? I need more stairs. Let's see. Everything's just kind of gotten all haphazard since I started building. Let's see. Let's turn those into bricks. Get ourselves a mess of stairs. Probably gonna need more than those by the time it's all over, so might as well make them now. I don't think I have... Oh, there they are. More slabs. Okay, we do have those. Glowstone. Yep, got glowstone. Leaves. I'm not sure if I'm carrying any leaves around with me anymore. Just a lot of random junk. I don't have any leaves on me? What? Let's, we can't have that. Oh, by the way, I put up my banners here. I don't know if I'll leave my banners. I may want to use the farm banner there instead. Kind of marking like, hey, this section is the farms and this is the farm banner design. Let's see if I can't get jump boost right here. Please? Please? Come on, I gotta be close enough. Am I not close enough for the jump boost? I don't want to walk all the way around. I know I can get it in here. Alright. Now. Woo! So laggy. I hate rain. Alright, let's get in here. Woo! Alright, let's see what we've got in the way of leaves. Oh my goodness. We've got lots of oak leaves. Let's just take... honestly, I'm not going to need that many, but we'll just take a couple stacks so that we don't have to make any more trips back here. At least not for leaves. And fly on back. Now, the approximate altitude that I want the leaves to be at is right there, kind of right underneath the window. So let's pillar up. Come on, get on the block. Let's see, what would be the most logical? Honestly, probably like right there. So let's put glowstone here. Here's a question. Do I want to make it 3 wide or 1 wide? I think I want to go 3 wide. I don't think that'll be too thick. Slab off the bottom. Get ourselves a little higher. Oh, thank you, whoever just slept. And put on the little caps and put on some leaves. And let's see, how do we want to drape those off? Maybe here, here, and there. Maybe one more right there as well. And bring that down a little. I can't reach it from here. Okay, right there. And then bring this one down. Maybe 4, like that. Did I get all my blocks? Okay. Yeah, something like that. That looks pretty good. Except I feel like it needs to be a little... Wait, oh, hello. I feel like I could use something like that, maybe? No, I don't like that there. This one should do it, though. Alrighty. That's a little better. Maybe. It's mostly just kind of haphazard, really. Now, well, let's see. How high above did I put that? 1 full block, and then I started. So 1 full block, and right there. like that. Ugh, can I get in? Nope, definitely not getting. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so we need to get rid of these. Oops, breaking things I don't want to be breaking. And stair, and stair. That's gonna have to go. That's, well, actually that probably could have stayed. These have to go though. Whoops. Nope, 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 I don't want in here. Let me out. There we go. Stone, stone. Fill those in. It's been so long since I've made them, I almost don't remember what it's supposed to look like. And I need bars. And then I just have to go and get my flint and steel. And that's essentially what the side of every tower will look like when it's not connected to the walkways. It'll have some sort of bushy design up there, and then it'll have the fire thing right there. And most towers, honestly, all towers, I would say, I don't think I will have a single tower that will not have two walkways connecting to it. Otherwise, you have a walkway connecting to a tower that is basically a dead end, and I don't see that ever happening. So, at absolute minimum, each tower will only have two walls like this. Sometimes they'll be like kitty corner to each other. Maybe some of them, some of the towers will be in between a wall on this side and a wall on this side, in which case it'll have these decorative sides on opposite sides, so that one and this one. I don't know if I will have any towers that connect on 3 or even 4 sides. I don't know whether I'll have any walls that intersect that much, but in those cases we'll have the walls doing the decoration for us pretty much. And yeah, I don't think I really have any need to put design on this side, because the wall is just, it's just gonna do it for us. It's gonna cover it pretty effectively, I think. Now, what I don't know is what to do about this wall segment here. This beam here kind of gets in the way of using this design right there. But this wall looks really bland. The other wall, we can't really see it, but the other wall kind of suffers from the same thing, except it has a staircase in front of it, so that helps it out a lot. So the problem would be if I do the design right here, I'm gonna have to figure out something to do there. Otherwise it's gonna look really weird. I mean, I suppose I could try putting this design in both slabs, even with this being in the way, and just see how it looks. Maybe it'd be okay. I'm not 100% sure. But it's definitely something that I will have to think about. So let me climb up here and see where we're at with time, and then I'll be right back. Yeah, unfortunately we're pushing on that 30-minute mark, so I think we're gonna just wrap it up right here. I'm gonna continue working on the walls and you know, the next tower right there. And realistically, I could do the next tower way over there as well. These two towers and all the walls that connect them, I can pretty much do whatever I want. In terms of doing it like off screen without interfering with like what we're trying to decide over there, and you know, stuff here. And I'm going to think more about what possible I'm still pretty sure I know which ones I like the most, but nothing is, pardon the pun, but nothing's really set in stone, even though it looks like the whole base is set in stone. So, you know, there's still time for flexibility, basically. We're really at the very early stages of these walls that are pretty much going to encompass the entire base. So there's plenty of time to alter the design. We're just going to want to do it now instead of later. So definitely, if you've got any feedback, in addition to what we've already gotten, do let me know. I totally welcome that. I don't know what we'll end up going with, but knowing all of the options up front is, I think, going to be really important. So with that said, I think I'm just going to leave it here, and we'll come back next time and pick up where we left off. Hopefully I'll have some more work done in the meantime, just like, you know, with wall segments that nobody really needs to see. I mean, you've seen one, you've seen them all is what I say. So I guess that's it. So I hope you have a fantastic time, and I'll see you next time. Bye!